Rebecca Chung. I go to Rainier Beach High School. I just volunteered at the Rainier Community Club Emergency Communication Hub as a message taker, where I was taking simulations of emergency situations and recording them.
Okay, my name is Emily Au and I go to Rainier Beach High School. Today I went to the Rainier Beach Community Club's Emergency Communications Hub, and I was a greeter, but I also was a citizen journalist for the Southeast Seattle Freedom Net.
I was surprised by the level of care that was put into exactly how a situation would be handled.
Okay.
Situations would be divided into local needs versus government needs, things that could be resolved immediately or things that would be, sent somewhere else. And I thought it was a really good organizational system, and it worked really well.
I also believe I was very surprised with organization. There, everything was in place. There was all these situations, scenarios that everybody was given. I was also impressed and surprised by the community. A lot of the community members came to this event to do the scenarios. They were all very involved. They were amazing. There were scenarios from broken toilets that somebody couldn't use the bathroom, all the way to an earthquake that made a building collapse on a bus and injure 40.
Yeah. I think the most enjoyable part was communicating with people, listening to what they had to say and their advice, and then being able to voice my opinion.
I was with the greeter, so we were the first point that everybody would come and talk to, and Martha, the greeter, she was very great at asking them questions and having them tell their story, and I think it was amazing meeting these people and knowing what they do and where they come from.
One of the most important things to know in the case of an emergency is to know that there's always shelter available. What I learned through the simulation was that there's churches that have open doors for people in need, and community centers take people in, so that's really important. There's also a very big community network, a lot of members who care about the well-being the well-being of the other people in the community, so you in an emergency you never have to feel alone or helpless, and you should know that they're always in need of more volunteers. Yeah. So if you find yourself in an emergency but you aren't in immediate danger, then you should definitely try to reach out and see if you can help in any way.
Speaking of volunteers, I think volunteers, especially that are bilingual, should use their skills in another language to help those that can't speak English. I think in an emergency, number one thing you should do is stay calm. That when an emergency happens, everybody will be very flustered, very anxious. They don't know what to do. But if you just become calm and think, there's going to be a lot of resources that are there to help you, that you can find missing people,